Electronic surveys are a group of survey questions grouped together along with the survey script. These surveys are used for our electronic canvassing tools, such as the mobile app and our online phone bank. The main difference between printed surveys and electronic surveys are the lack of logic-based options in the paper surveys. The logic-based options allow you to write branching surveys based off of the responses of the respondent. Since paper does not allow for dynamic surveys, this feature is strictly limited to our electronic surveys. To access this page, hover your mouse over the Admin section of the navigation menu and click Surveys and Data Configuration. Click on the Electronic Survey subtab. By default, this page displays the name of each electronic survey, along with the number of segments for each survey. To create a new survey, click on the Add New button. This page is where you'll create your survey. You will first use the survey name text box to name your electronic survey. This is the name that you will reference when you are creating any projects using our electronic canvassing tools. Electronic surveys are organized into segments. Each segment has its own segment name, segment script, and in most cases, a segment question. If you're creating an electronic survey for the online phone bank, and you want the intro segment to be displayed at the top of your phone bank, you will need to leave the Survey Segment Question drop-down menu blank for your first segment. Each segment must contain a segment name. It is best to name this something logical, because you will need to reference it later when you're linking your responses to your segments. The segment script section can remain blank, but it's best that you utilize this section, whether it is to preface your question or provide your canvassers with instructions. At the top of the segment script text box, you can see that the segment script section contains basic formatting options. Once you have finished writing your segment script, you can use the Survey Segment Question drop-down menu to select your question. Once you have completed designing your segment, click the Add Survey Segment button. This will add your survey segment down below and create a new empty segment at the top of the page. You can create additional segments using the same process that I showed previously. I will fast forward to show the steps after you have created all of your segments. Once your segments have been created, you must link your segments together to form your survey. You do this by clicking on the segment below, which will expand the segment, allowing you to see your segment script along with the responses from the associated survey question. Use the drop-down menus on the right-hand side to select the segment the response will point to if the answer is chosen. By default, each segment will be skippable. You can also disallow a question from being skipped by deactivating the Allow this question to be skipped checkbox below. Segments can be edited by clicking on the pencil icon in the segment header. This will place the segment in the section above, where you created all of your previous segments. You will move back up there to make your changes. Once your changes have been completed, click the Replace Segment button. Lastly, you can remove any segment from your survey by clicking on the red circle minus button in each segment header. In your last segment, all of your responses must point to an option other than Next, since there is no segment after it. I will now finish linking together our logical survey. Once you have linked together your logical survey, click the Save button. To access your electronic surveys admin functionality, click on the Show Admin Options link. If you would like to view your inactive electronic surveys, activate the Show Inactive Surveys checkbox. If you would like to reactivate an inactive electronic survey, click on the name of the survey. In the pop-up, click on the Continue button, and in the electronic surveys, activate the Active checkbox, then click the Save button to save the survey. Electronic surveys can be edited by clicking on the name of the survey and clicking on the Continue button in the pop-up. You will edit your survey by expanding out the segments and either editing or removing the segments entirely, or just adjusting your logic. You can add new segments to your survey as well. Once you have completed your changes, click the Save button. Electronic surveys are updated in real time. Your online phone bankers will see any edits to their electronic surveys almost instantly. Your mobile app canvassers will need to refresh their devices in order to see their new survey.